Yo, buddy, I had to share this one. Just got this package in. I already know what it is. It is a book that I have been waiting for. You know, you're not like the rest of the people when you get excited about a book coming in the mail. Ordered the hard copy. Oh yeah. Yeah, buddy. Just in case you can't see it, it says Memoirs of the Secret Services of John Macky, Esquire, during the reigns of King William, Queen Anne, and King George I, published from his original manuscript, as attested by his son, Spring Macky, Esquire. So you got the back of it, brand new. It says, relive history. I know y'all can't read it, it may be hard to read. Relive history with 18th century collections online, now available in print for the independent historian and collector. This series includes the most significant English language and foreign language works printed in Great Britain during the 18th century and is organized in 7 different subject areas, including literature and language, medicine, science and technology, and religion and philosophy. The collection also includes thousands of important works from the Americas. The 18th century has been called the Age of Enlightenment. It was a period of rapid advance in print culture and publishing, in world exploration, and in the rapid growth of science and technology, all of which had a profound impact on the political and cultural landscape. At the end of the century, the American Revolution, French Revolution, and Industrial Revolution, perhaps 3 of the most significant events in modern history, set in motion developments that eventually dominated world political, economic, and social life. In a groundbreaking effort, Gale initiated a revolution of its own, digitization of epic proportions, to preserve these invaluable works in the largest online archive of its kind. Contributions from major world libraries constitute over 175,000 original printed works, scanned images of actual pages rather than transcriptions, recreate the works as they first appeared. So that's what they did. This is scholarly. My bad. This is scholarly research right here. This is scholarly research. This is actual accounts from somebody that was there. This is what we call a primary source. And the guy, John Macky, he was a spy. He was a spy. And what he did was he was there and he made notes in a collection of stuff. As you see, Memoirs of the Secret Services of John Macky. He took all these notes as a spy about the people that were in the land, that were in rulership during that time. King William and Queen Anne and King George and all these people and the others that held those positions of nobility. And what you find out in this book and many other sources, but especially this book, this is a must-have book. You're going to pay a little bit for it. I paid $30 for it, but it is a must-have book. If you talk about you really do some studying and understanding history and stuff like that and where we really came from, and you want to understand that not all of us were slaves coming from Africa. Some of us our family traces back to Europe. I know y'all think about Europe and you think about Europeans, white people, but come on now. Like, this book right here says clearly, primary source, that the nobility of that time, they were black. They were black. So, again, this is the book to get. You talk about doing some real research, books like this that are boring, you probably don't want to read them. These are the books to get. You don't have to get the hard copy. You can get the Kindle version. I think it's like $8. And it may work better because you can just type in keywords and then, it will bring up every time it shows up. I like to have the hard copy sometimes just in case, something happens with the internet or I need to make a point, with the actual book. I just like getting books anyway because I'm in the book business. So, yeah, there you have it. I just wanted to share that short video with you. Again, that's the name of the book. This is what they call a primary source. And I'm already familiar with this book because there are videos out there that are speaking about it, but I had to get it for myself. So if you are a true student of history, a true historian, as they said, this is for independent historians, then this is the book for you. Like, it's the book for you. You must have it in your collection. So yeah, I'm plugging this book, and I ain't making no money off of it. And just to show you some of what this goodness that's in here, we're going to read a little bit. As you see, this is the actual documents. They took it and they just pretty much scanned it and made it into a book format. Something that I would love to do with a lot of these older books. So let's read and see what it says. Disprove this. So it says George Fitzroy, Duke of Northumberland, is son to King Charles II by the Duchess of Cleveland, was one of the captains of King James. Got that old English, so I'm having a hard time pronouncing it, but we right there. So y'all see it. I gotta go overlook at some of this. Something Guards, which he quitted at the Revolution and never had any something, though 4 times per something from the king, all King William's reign. I gotta look that up and see how you actually pronounce that. But if we go down here, it gives us the description. Now remember, this man is son to King Charles II. He's a man of honor, nice in paying his debts and living well with his neighbors in the country, does not much care for the conversation of men of quality. I think that's business. Is a tall, what? Black man like who? His father, the king, about 40 years old. He's a what? He is a tall black man like who? His father, who was the king. As it says, George Fitzroy is son to King Charles II. It says that he is a black man like his father, a tall black man. So we go over here to Charles, Duke of St. Albans, and it says it's son to King Charles II. So we're going to go down and see what it says. He is a gentleman, every way, something natural, well-bred, does not love business, is well affected to the constitution of his country. He is of a what? Black complexion, not too tall as the Duke of Northumberland, yet very like King Charles. So he said he's not tall like his brother, but his daddy was black, his brother was black, and he was black. Another one, Charles Fitzroy, Duke of Grafton, is grandson of King Charles II and son of Heus of Bennet, Earl of Arlington, is a very pretty gentleman. So he was a very good looking dude. Had been abroad in the world, so he traveled around the world. Zealous for the constitution of his country. A what? A tall black man, about 25 years old. This is royalty, but they telling y'all one thing. They telling y'all something completely different. This is primary sources. So what y'all talking about? What y'all talking about though? You letting these folk lie to you. You letting these folk lie to you and you think you know what you're talking about, and you going around unrighteously hating people, but you ain't did no real research. You ain't spending the money. You ain't even looking stuff up for real. You reading a few articles, but you ain't going deep into the archive and getting the stuff they really know that folks ain't going to read. Folks ain't going to take the time. Most folks ain't going to take the time to read this? Most of the folks ain't going to take the time to read this. Nobility of Scotland. Talks about different people. This dude right here, I don't know who it's talking about. Let's see. On focus. So it talks about the nobility of Scotland, right? You see, it talks about King James and King Charles. That's all family right here. So I don't know who it's talking about because I haven't read it yet, obviously. But if you go back over here, what does it say? He is of a middle stature, well made, of a black, I think that's coarse, coarse complexion, a brisk look, towards 50 years old. And what's it talking about? The nobility of Scotland. Nobility of Scotland. Part of the reason I ordered this book is because some of you don't know, my name is Scotland. And as I've been on this journey, God has been showing me more and more things. So when I talk about that I'm a physical Hebrew Israelite, when I look at my name all the way around, everything about me points towards Scotland. I'm like, that's weird. Why is that, Lord? Why is that? Some of you may say, well, because, you got the white blood running through you. Man, stop it. Stop it. Because my people during that time period were black, and that's where I come from. My ancestors come from. Yeah, obviously we know we're going all the way back to Egypt, but hopefully you get the point. Kel's son is son of Kel. It's Celtic. It's Scottish. My mother's maiden name, McNeil, is Scottish. And every time I look at my family and I look at their names and everything, it always is tying back to Scotland. And here I am, a black man just coming into this information. But yet I knew that I was a Hebrew Israelite. But I didn't understand this, and so I started to research more, and the Lord through the Spirit started to show me more and more and prove more and more who I am professing to be. So, again, get this book. It's a must-have book.